Okay,
Good
right now
morning,
I'm having problems trying to connect on my computer, so I'm trying to come in on the computer.
Okay. And let me see, my co-host. Okay. All right. Welcome to Black Wall Street, Texas. Super excited to be back in this space again this week with like-minded people who are building strong communities. Super excited. And we're coming off a Thanksgiving break. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. If we have any new members, welcome to Black Wall Street, Texas. And for the returning members, welcome again, y'all. Thanks for coming back again, coming in for your business, showing up for you. We really do appreciate that. Now we're going to open it up for a prayer. Anyone who feels compelled to lead the prayer today, go ahead and lead the prayer.
I'm not compelled, but I always love to pray. This is Pastor Evelyn Dieterville out of Pensacola, Florida, if you'd have me.
Yes, I will. Go ahead.
Okay. Father, we just thank you for this beautiful, beautiful Saturday that you have blessed us with on this morning. We ask that you will look over Dr. Little as she's traveling, God, to go and do what you told her to do. But even as she's on the highways and byways, just cover her, keep the danger from around her. We thank you for those that are on the line that had a desire to wake up this morning and be able to plug in. Now, Father, as we go forward with this meeting, God, let us learn something new. Let us sharpen what we already know and give us the fortitude to execute it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. And with our standard procedure, we normally share the 7 spiritual principles that are guiding Black Wall Street. I do not have those 7 in front of me, but you can go to the website and visit blackwallstreet.org to review the 7 spiritual principles that are guiding our movement here. Now we're going to do our introductions. Introduction, if you have multiple businesses, I ask that you only share one, and that will be what we will focus on while we're in this space. I will lead. I'm Dr. Janice Little, and the business that I would like to focus on today is the Graduate's Gift. Graduate's Gift, what we do is provide support services to parents of graduates and entrepreneurs. We share access to financial literacy of trading and digital marketing. That is my company, the Graduate's Gift, LLC. Next.
I go
Good
next. My name
morning.
is Karen Reese. My business I'm supporting today is going to be Core Fast Tax. I've been doing taxes for over 20 years, and now I sell tax software as well for those who want to start a tax business. And so, yeah, I help individuals and businesses get their books together and file their taxes. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Larry Mannings. Again, I'm a veteran. I'm a combat veteran and a Purple Heart recipient. And the only reason why I say it is to let everyone know that I do have a compassion to help other veterans to transition back to civilian life. And our organization help them with counseling, PTSD counseling, suicide prevention, homelessness. Well, we help to prevent homelessness. So basically, that's what we do. Thank you, Dr. Little, again, for allowing us to learn more about how to accomplish our goals. Thank you.
Good morning. This is Pastor Evelyn Dieterville by way of Pensacola, Florida. I am representing my new vision today since Black Wall Street. It's called Empire Hub, Empower Hub. And basically it's an incubator for nonprofits that have gotten rejected with grants and various things, startups, different things, to where it's a one-stop location where a team of us can find out what mistakes they made and connect them. Lots of times when they get denied from grants, the grants never tell you why they denied you. So we want to empower a lot of startups and grassroots, as well as continue to allow more execution for those that have been running for a while. And that doesn't exist here in our area. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me see if we, okay. Well, that concludes the introduction elevator moment. And we're gonna move into old discussion, which is UEI. And I will give an update. Still not validated. We got sent back a message that they weren't able to validate my number with the government's number. So I don't know. I'll do a call on when I return back to Texas. I'll go through the step with them on the phone. And what I'm going to do this time is record the conversation so that I can play it back and we could have it for future sessions so that we will know what to do. That is it for my update on the UEI. Still don't have it. And Pastor, you can share your experience about the UEI too.
Okay, for us, the UEI, ever since they changed it over, I have been trying to just authenticate our business, our company. And I tried several times and they kick back and say, you know, not able to verify. And then I changed emails and tried to just start fresh. And they said, nope, you're connected with another email. Nope, we can't do that. And so I tried a ticket, and the tickets, they come back with more questions, give you a certain amount of time to get it done. And then if you don't, then they boot you out and you have to start all over again with another ticket. So once again, I still have not been successful with a UEI.
Anyone else with any experience with trying to acquire the UEI? If not, we'll move on to ChatGPT. Has anyone have any updates on the ChatGPT? I'll start where I'm still using ChatGPT every day. I wake up using it, I go to bed using ChatGPT. We're using it now, a project that I'm working with Karen on, which is a birthday experience documentary. So we're using it to put together sponsorship packets. We're using it for press release and things like that. So each day it gets better. Well, we're taking some of the strategies last week. Dr. Carter recommended when we're using it to put expand and expound on what we're asking. And we're definitely implementing that into our searches, which are giving really good results with it. It really gives clarity at a deeper level. Anyone else want to share their experience with the ChatGPT?
I'll jump right in once again. This is Pastor Evelyn Dieterville, Pensacola, Florida. I too have been using what Dr. Carter said about the expand and expound, and it's truly been very helpful. I really adore ChatGPT. But one of the things I heard on a preaching station this morning from a strategist, he was just a strategy plan consultant for the Christian station, and he said lots of times nonprofits, they or businesses, period, they do strategy plans, strategic plans, but they never include an execution plan. So yeah. I said, well, I'm going back to ChatGPT because yes, we have several, a lot of businesses have several strategic plans, but the problem and why some of us fail is because we don't attach an execution plan with that strategic plan. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to implement increments of the execution plan. So it's not a once a year type project, but it can be in quarterly, it can be however we are able to do it, but it can hold us accountable as to the executions of things we want to do in our strategic plan. I'll turn it back over to you.
I think that's an excellent idea to add that extra step to once we're expanding and expounding, to put the execution in there as well. I'll implement that this week. That's a takeaway from this meeting, something that I can do the upcoming week from our discussion here. Anyone else want to share on the ChatGPT activities? Okay, if not, we're going to move into the political connections and look at, have we had any engagement with the political connections that we have? I'll share, I attended Commissioner's Court this past week, and I've learned during that Commissioner Court, there were several appointees that were appointed to different positions. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know they just appoint people to being on these different boards. And then I start wondering, the appointee, is it a paid position or is it volunteer on these commissioner boards? But I'll engage with the commissioner later and follow up to find out on the rationale for the selection and the process, as well as why they chose that particular person. Then I also discovered that there were two of the commissioners looking to build districts in our county, and they actually referenced it as districts. And with that, referencing it as districts, they mentioned the types of districts that they were writing policy for. And it was for industrial district and manufacturing district here in Fort Bend County. Those were the two that they mentioned. And it was interesting, the two commissioners who were collaborating on this bill, I was like, wow, I wouldn't have never imagined them to be collaborating on a project together, but it was good to see that they are coming together for something. And I want to engage with them with that district that they're doing to see if they could include us in that district that they're doing, where we have an opportunity to come in with the model of Black Wall Street district, since they're doing districts, to see where we could go with that. So I'll follow up with the commissioners, the one that I'm comfortable with having the conversation, and get back with you on that. And I'll continue to engage in the conversation with the county commissioners and engage in attending the sessions, because they're very informative, you know, they really are. Anyone else?
I just want to say that we sent out emails to the different representatives in our area. And so I did get one response, but now that the election is over, I'm probably going to go back and follow up and resend those emails out to meet different representatives in our community, introducing our businesses to the different representatives now that we've gotten election aside. So just want to reiterate that for those to create those emails to introduce their businesses, to send them out to different representatives in their community.
Yes, that, I think that was one of the more powerful things that we've done, is introducing and actually sharing our business, and not only with them. I think we should also start connecting with these different people on social medias that are creating the directories to start sharing our information. I see it going on, but then I'm like, okay, my business is not listed in that directory. I need to start sending my information so that we're putting our business out there so that they know we are seriously open for business.
I'd like to also say, this is Dr. Dieterville. For the state of Florida, political wise, starting tomorrow, it's December 1st, for the month of December, there was a law that was passed that basically any homeless encampments, they will now be, they will be served a trespassing order and then followed up with imprisonment if they do not get from out the woods, different things like that. So the month of December is going to be real crucial. What the county and the city tried to do together was put out an RFP to basically see if there was, they had the money and they basically wanted to see if there was any businesses or individuals that own land that would like to be a part of a pallet tiny home initiative. And what they would do is send their money with their people to build these pallet tiny homes on your property. But you had to give them a 15-year agreement that you will allow these tiny homes to be on your property. You had to have running water and toilet facilities for the people. And you also, it was, the stipulations were too tough. And the 15-year bounty, and they were gonna supply these pallet tiny homes for $1 a year as a commitment. So they had a low turnout for this. And so basically, as of Monday, the county sheriffs will be going to all the encampments and serving everybody with a trespassing order. And then by the 31st of December, they will all, whoever still stays, will all be arrested.
Oh, wow.
Not being arrested.
Mm.
You know, that's so ridiculous right there. It costs them so much more to house them as prisoners, to feed them, to take care of them, their medical situation, to throw them in jail, to do that versus giving them a comprehensive plan that would save them a ton of money, be more beneficial to the people that you're helping. And you know, that's enslavement right there.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's crazy to even have to deal with that type of issue, to go there, that they would make that kind of threat to the, they know who the majority of the people that are there that they're going after. And so it's just it's just another form of the enslavement that they want to continue, by to say that they're going to make you take something that doesn't make sense to you, but it then gives them the right to do something that doesn't make sense at all to do. And here you are with a solution that's better than their solution, but yet they want to strong arm you and say, because we're this, we can do that. And then then they want to lock you in for 15 years and assure themselves that they have, they're that much in control 15 years longer at the expense of us desiring to help people that need help.
Yes,
That
sir.
is insane.
Yes, sir.
That's criminal what they're doing. That's flat out criminal.
Well,
You know,
I have a thought about that, Dr. G. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but the on the flip side of it is, and what they're going to end up doing is realizing they're taking on too much. So if they go and arrest homeless people, they're going to have to assess those people. They're going to have to bring, they're going to, at that time, they're going to find out how much counseling, how much, because right now they're on the street. They don't deal with the homeless. They don't even know who's out there. So to bring them in jail, they're going to have to realize how much more help that they're going to have to need in order to fix this problem. And they may push them to go quickly on loans and grants for people who are saying that they want to come in and help these people, because right then they're going to truly see how much help or things it's going to take to fix this problem if they decide to bring them in jail, because you got mental health that's going on, and that right there is a whole, that's something that they're probably not ready to deal with unless they're going to throw them all in the mental institution. Then they're going to have to hire some people. I mean, it's just so, it's going to be a domino effect of what they're doing.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, Supervise. I'm just looking at the slave labor, the free labor, to do this, to work the highways, to work the places where they don't have to pay. And I understand what you're saying, and I'm confident all these numbers have already been ran. But to get that free labor for that many years, to do that for that many years, it's you know, it's the lesser of two evils, but it is still evil in that, we're suggesting life. And this is how we can give life, giving a person an opportunity to live, to be able to get the gift inside of him, to be able to allow him to get into a position to take care of himself. Okay, send him an opportunity to do home ownership, to let his dollar go where he wants it to go and direct it. Yeah, they understand that. But see, our job is not to, uh, how do I say this? How do I say that? We do not want to take our people and minimize the gift that's in them or reduce them down to where they're so down that they can't get up. And this is their quote unquote only option. That's another opportunity for more gifts to go to the grave and never give. And so they'll do that. They'll throw them in jail. And when you look at they know what it costs to house a president every year. They do the school to prison pipeline. By the time they're in the third grade, they start planning their prison cells that they're building. They've been doing this to us for years, decades. I mean, see, the Black Wall Street model showed them that we don't need them. We don't need their suggestions. We don't need their information. If you look what took place between just in Tulsa alone, right, from 1906 to 1921, the reason why they bombed on that May 31st, June 1st, was because they had to break that up at all costs because we did not need them at all. Matter of fact, they were in the dark coming, getting loans from the establishments, the banks that were in Black Wall Street. Here's an opportunity in a 40-mile radius. They had over 600 businesses and everything thrived, everything moved, the energy was there. And then there's the other thing that was really interesting, that the second deepest oil well in the world was in that 40-block radius. And so to go back and get the control, and then they mandated to where they told you need someone white to help them watch their money.
All right.
And go look at the Osage Indian and look at that
Okay.
story. So all I'm
Okay.
saying is this, that somehow that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
I'm talking about the situation in Florida.
For right now, we understand it's a need that needs to be addressed, but we're in this space right now to focus on things that we can take control of in our business and focus on that right now. That's what we're here for, is working on things in our business. And thank you for sharing. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Dr. G. Thank you, Dr. Little. I think we was talking about politics and where we stand.
Right.
I have a bit of good news because and I thank you for emphasizing become politically connected. And what I did, I think I shared with you, I wrote a letter to the Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, the late Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee office, and they had no understanding because there was no one to fill that gap. So since November the 12th, her daughter, I found out, her daughter is Erica Lee Carter. She is now the congresswoman for the District 18. And where I'm headed is like Congresswoman, the late Congresswoman Shirley Jackson Z, she supported our organization, REAP, but we never followed up on it. So I do believe I have a lot of hope now. Maybe her daughter can help us in the great detail because we have documentation where her mom have helped us tremendously. So again, thanks for the encouraging notation as far as becoming politically connected. So I'm just kind of hopeful now. I can maybe her daughter got that new fresh blood and she's excited and she's got made she's so I'm excited. I'm gonna reach out back out to her. She don't know me, but I was hoping that she would get to know me because I knew her mommy.
Yes, and that's good. The key is to actually build the relationships with the
Yeah.
people who are making decisions that can impact our businesses.
Okay.
Okay. Now, any other connections from previous engagement that you want to follow up and give an update? Anyone made any other connections? Hello? And if you're not speaking, please mute your background so you're not distracting. Okay, we're gonna go to the next activity, which is new business. And new business is where we focus on what was discussed on Mr. Nathan Daly's call, the takeaways that you got from the call, and something that we can actually implement into our business today. And I'll start. One of my biggest takeaways from his call was to make sure if you have an LLC that you complete that BOI form. Now I am in transition, so I wouldn't be able to do the hands-on. Karen, are you able to share your screen and go through the process?
No, I'm still having problems trying to bring up my Google search
Okay.
engine.
Okay, well, for those who were not on the call and did not gather the information that Mr. Daly shared, I'm gonna pull over, see if I can drop the video that Karen had dropped in our group text. And maybe you can go back and watch the video and let that be an activity, something you can do today in your business, and make sure that's if your business is an LLC, because everybody may not have LLCs.
That's right, Mr. Wax.
And that was my biggest takeaway from Mr. Daly's session that he had. Dr. Carter talked about working together with the different states on coming together to present to the new president. And what I would do for Texas, I'm going to create a survey, because I believe when you're going to speak to someone regarding the people that it benefits, that it shouldn't just be one way. I need to know what it is the people want, not just what I want or what Dr. Carter wants. I want to get feedback from the people that is impacting, and then come up with something. And one thing that I know is impacting not just Texas, but also Florida, based upon the conversation we had today, that system they have in place for the UEI verification, there's a flaw in the system, and we need to address what that flaw really is. So these are the type of things that when I go with present with Dr. Carter, I want to have something of substance from the people, not just me coming saying what I want to do. Okay,
Or your headlights cloudy and
so
oxidized.
anyone else, you can share what your takeaway was for this past week.
It keeps the headway from light. Stop wasting your time with solutions hitting don't last. Syracuse with everything you need to get.
Anyone else have any takeaways from this week that they want to add?
I just want to say, was trying to, I still can't bring up, something's going on with my computer. Um, s- um, but when you do go to the BOI, there is an exception for businesses that don't have to file it. So be sure to look, under maybe the frequently asked questions, go and look and see if your business qualifies to be exempt from filing that particular form. The video that we posted was just a video of someone else going through and showing you how to apply, how you do this application. If this application, if you have an LLC and you do not do this, eventually they're going to be charging you $500 a day to get this done. And it's not just for LLC. So that's the other thing. It's not just for LLC. It could be for your nonprofit. It could be for a corporation. It could be for a partnership. So it's anybody that has a business entity, a known business entity that you have to register with the state, your particular state. So definitely go and look at your frequently asked questions and look at the exempt area to see if your business is exempt from filing it. But the application is it's pretty simple. It's just a matter of putting your name, your address, your EIN number, the name of your business, and listing who your beneficiary are, who's the main person of your business, and hitting submit. It's not very complicated. So I'm still trying to see if I can get this video to be posted in this group so you will be able to go to the video and another guy kind of walks you through the application.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Karen. Anyone else have any other contribution you want to add from the previous Nathan Daly's call, as well as with what Dr. Carter is asking?
And just to piggyback on what the call was about, us being able to work with whoever it is in the office. And if there's ever a call where you have the opportunity to go to the table and speak on behalf of your community or Black Wall Street, the call was about being prepared to do that and finding out what it is that you need in your community, what it is that we need for our people, and being able to present that to whomever that called you to the table to speak on behalf of your community. And so the call just was talking about learning to adapt with whoever is in office. We have to learn to adapt to them and see how we can, talk to them and see how we can get things still changed for our community.
Where is my money? Who's shagging that? That's the trade. I string everything. You can kill me. I'm being very frank with you, Mr. West. Until my debts are paid, I am barred from St. Petersburg. Let's not bicker over the sort of details, Mr. West. You tell me where it's just Hitler and we'll be friends, ready? You may be friends for $17 because that's all your cousin had. Unless you travel fast. Never. Theodore's a cousin. King was a brother. Theodore's a coward.
Okay, I was just able to log in and drop the video. It's a YouTube video that you can go to. And the guy kind of explains on how to do the BOI. I was able to drop it in the chat so you can see how to do the BOI report that everyone has to do that have business entity or need to look to see if they have to do it as a business entity.
Unless you have what the money.
Take that chat, take that. Say, hey, we're doing the career fair here today for the high school seniors. Really?
Dr. Little, you're not on mute.
I remember it.
You remember.
Oh.
Okay, okay, sorry about that. I arrived to my location and they're trying to see what I'm doing. So any other announcements? Anything going on that we can provide support to? We're here to support you in whatever you're doing in your business.
So don't let me keep.
I have an announcement. I am planning the biggest sports mom conference to take place in 2025, February the 1st, in Cedar Hill, Texas, where I'm inviting, you know, all different people in the sports professional that can come and educate parents about what's going on in sports. And that is the NIL, that right now our kids are able to make more money than our parents. And so parents need to understand that. They need to understand how that impacts them on their taxes. Parents need to understand about contracts. Parents need to understand how social media affects this. Parents need to understand mental health, all these different things that are going on in the sports world. And so I get the opportunity to host a conference. And so if anyone would like to be a vendor, they're more than welcome to send me an email at canwetalksports@gmail.com. canwetalksports@gmail.com if they would like to be a vendor at this event. It's going to take place in Texas. And so, yeah, and then just keep me lifted in prayer to help me organize, that God would help me organize this event and that it would be a success.
Oh, how much is your vendor's registration fee, Ms. Karen? I definitely want to be a vendor to support you.
Vendor is going to be $100 for a vendor.
Okay, all righty, that's affordable.
Place. My God, it's counted as a controversy over some $5 million. That's right. Still murder. It is. I don't know the lies that we're in San Francisco. And when Ruski tried to escape, we didn't know why where he was headed.
Any other announcements?
American
No.
heroes.
I don't have an announcement, but I would like to ask a question regarding Miss Evelyn, the young lady from Florida.
No longer
Is it possible I can reach out to her down the line? Get connected with her. She said she does grants or something to that effect. Is that okay?
Nothing else big is a practical man. Once he realizes the money is out of reach.
Yes, if she drops her contact information in the chat, you can feel free to grab it and reach out to her.
Okay, though. You said
All right.
if she does that?
Yeah, she can drop it through in the chat and you can get it from there because I don't have her contact.
Okay.
We'll let him get downstairs and we're following. Mickey has a sense of humor.
Thank you.
He'll drag lawyers and make for the whole thing.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Leave this.
How are you? Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting if no one has anything else to add or contribute. And I will see you all next week, same place, same time.
Thank you, Dr. Little.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.